Hey guys, good afternoon, good morning. I'm going to go over a couple of things to help you get set up, putting the Quant engine and indicators on the chart. So you're going to install the NinjaTrader Indicator Suite. Existing subscribers, please remove everything, all the strategies and indicators that you've received from me. Instructions are in the load file um, drive. So once you get it installed, thank you for one of my guys who told me that everything zipped in okay this time. Um, you'll need certain indicators for the Quant engine, and I've set up a workspace for you. So all you have to do is go to your NinjaTrader console and choose your workspace, Jats workspace. And if you get an little crazy like error type box, it's not really an error. It may be because the data series didn't set up right. You need a 5-minute chart on top and a daily chart on bottom. I use 3000 days. Use indicator settings for ES and NQ. Default 24/7 for all other instruments. So you want to want 5 minute for 150 days, and a daily with 3000 days. And that's going to be on each chart. So you notice if I restore this, I'll see the indicators down here that you don't see up here, and that daily bar is in here too. This is an interesting indicator. You'll want to take a peek at this later. This is the telemetry bus, and I have been noticing some patterns of when these lines break above this orange line, and they do represent bullish and bearish, purple over red or red over purple. So that will be something that you'll want to look at later and work into your strategies to give you some examples. Um, but to come back for today, let's quickly maximize this top screen so that we can move forward. There are new indicators and versions. So when you go to your chart, the required indicators are already on this folder. Leave them just like this in this order. The AI data exporter must be last. So if you say, well, I want to see a different indicator on the chart, maybe you want to add something, you can do that. You can put anything else on here you want, but just make sure this AI data exporter is the last indicator. So if you add something else, move this down positionally so it's the last. Okay, I've said that 15 times. So there's some different things on the variance. I added those MAVs, those moving average. Excuse me, why do I say moving average? Mean adjusted volatility. Mean is much better than moving average. So their plots are on the bottom, and you can add more sigma lines if you would like. Put 3 sigma up instead of 2. And this grabs the settlement mean and the dynamic mean for ES and NQ adjusted by VIX. And the distance between that dynamic mean and the settlement mean is spread out 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, according to whatever the range size that box is. Okay? And the box can expand and contract. So as price pulls back into the mean and goes like either flat in the mean area, mean to ones, or below it, that box is going to expand and contract. And so your sigma lines expand and contract with that box size. And if you're above the means, obviously that is bullish, and your moving average then traders and your everybody else will start the longs will start firing off at the retracements. And this upper white one is my jive dynamic one. So here's your mean down here. And then a zero point 0.5 sigma, my zero point 0.5 brilliance. And then this green line is your first 1 sigma dynamically adjusted. Now this is going to separate from the VIX sigma, and that can show you those wick areas or, void zones. The VIX sigma is where, the market trades, but then it moves in proportion to what range is available. And the proportion of the range available on a daily basis is determined by this settlement to dynamic mean box carried out. So you can see here that this first level is finally broken, and we're moving up to the second target area, the 3 sigma. And the um, support was right here where our indicator levels are. So I hope you enjoy this MAVS, mean adjusted volatility sigma. That is new, and hopefully will compensate you a little bit for my um, trying to, tunnel vision of trying to get this published this month. So I'm a little bit delayed. But it looks like it's all working. So each market is the same. You don't have to have jive on the chart if you don't want, or the probability indicator. And that is a new indicator that I haven't told you about. I took the Jats PT2 and PT3 and created Jats oscillator, is now PT2, and Jats probability targets is now PT3. And we'll look at that in just a few minutes. But let's complete the quant box. So when you get it, you'll unzip it, and then you'll click on the application. It says application, or it may say exe. It usually says application. So I've already pinned mine to my taskbar, so you might want to do that. Accept and launch. Read the terms, and this is going to give you a terminal window, and then it's going to open up a Google Chrome. So this terminal window that opened, you can minimize or keep it open and type in it as a separate type box. So if you wanted to just ask it things in here, you can. But let's see. We have a query report box over here as well. It's the same thing. So here you've got a regime is showing dead compression, volatility state 2, and I give you some of those thresholds and training materials that I'll get released to you. I'm still working on all of this to get out to you. Mean reversion, obviously you understand what that is, and daily one break probability elevated. So even though we're in this fade still condition, it's starting to look like it might break out. All these slow volatility moves. Excuse me. Okie dokie. So on this dashboard, another thing to look at is this RVOL. and H-fall. So you can see right here the probability target levels, weekly, daily, 300, 30 minute, 60 minute, 300 minute, 450 minute, um, will change according to whether they are 1 period or 14 period, as well as the open and close. And this took a lot of time to get set up accurately as possible. And it's now, and so that required um, a little few updates to some of the exporters that fed into the Jats probability target indicators to get those levels to match our market analyzer and chart. So it's essentially being able to replace the market analyzer. This is the first iteration of it. Eventually, I would like to have, weekly, monthly, quarterly, but for now, it's a day trading platform, so I'm just giving you daily, weekly. I do need to add monthly and quarterly to this box, and I'm going to work on getting that done. So I'm making a list of things, to do if you see anything that you would like added. I also want to be able to click. Oh, it did work. Okay, so I was going to say it was supposed to click and you would get the instrument. So see here it went to NQ, right? So ES, NQ, S&P 500, VIX. Oh, this is awesome. It does work. I was like demanding it. I need this to go to all the instruments. All right, this is fantastic. Okay, crude. Got crude going. So if you want to see what your levels are, you've got them right here. And GC. So all of these are written to your JSON, which is in your computer, in your NinjaTrader folder. So be sure to, be aware that you've got a Jats folder that, hang on 1 second. In your Jats folder, you'll see a JSON and you'll see the instruments. And this will populate for the current session as long as you have the chart open. But I did not design this to be a database. It would eat up all of our CPU if we did that. Because it's a local program, it wipes everything as soon as you leave. So it's like an AI chat box. Once you leave, it's gone. There's no memory. So leave your screen open if you want it to feed data all day. Because once you close your screen, that signal drops. All right. So Bitcoin, I purposely didn't want to put this in the cloud because of the redundancy. I envision that we're going to be able to run algos directly into NinjaTrader using this. And then if you want to apply it to your prop firm trading for your trade copiers, it will feed directly to the JATS data on your local machine that your chart shows so that your signal is going to match your chart. Very important concept. And that's what I really fussed over with this. There were, um, a couple of points here or there, and I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. It's got to be the same that's on the chart. And so now it is. All right. So now we've got this working. I'm so happy. And I've got to give a big shout out to this is Chat GPT came in late and helped me get over the finish line. Um, Gemini, they've been changing that brain because it's really fallen off the wagon. Chat GPT will take much longer response time, forever it seems to get back to you with something. It's like creating, a report and PayPal and coming back, next week to see if it's there. I'm being a little bit, facetious, but it's very slow, but it's so good. It is worth the wait. And I asked it, I'm like, why are you so slow? And like 5 minutes later, it comes back and answers, right? It says, because I have to go back to the very beginning and read everything that's in this thread each time. So that is why. If you want faster response time, make your threads very short. And that's what caused my explosion yesterday about demanding more memory. All right, so you can see that this is excellent. This is just the probability targets screen. There's your Bitcoin. So we get the friction, churn, and burn, and this is the secret sauce. This is the stuff that the banks and all of that use. This is the VIX tied telemetry with ES and NQ and SPX and YM and Russell. If you wanted to put those charts up, you can add this to those charts. And this will tell us what's going to happen at those levels. So as it approaches, a key level, what does it look like? The higher the friction, the more likely it is to break out. The lower the friction, it's going to fade, right? It doesn't have the energy to break it. But then you have churn and ver, and that tells you an analysis of the friction and that possibility whether it's going to be more elevated or less elevated, more likely or less likely to occur. It's just probabilities and following the bell curve. I mean, the variance trading model is what the liquidity providers trade. You have to get in line to what they're trading. So they go from mean to 1 to 2 to 3, and then tails 4, 5, 6. All right, so we do the same thing. And you can spend some time with my documentation coming out on that. So the maps engine is new. That again is the sigma levels. Um, Wanted to zoom in on this and show you this. It's really cool. I've got a slider right here, so I can adjust my volatility if I wanted to see what is 1 7 times the range look like or 2 times the range. I can adjust it out and look at the target levels. Is that the coolest thing? Is that the absolute coolest thing? Gemini did this. So it's not like Gemini's a total loser, but yeah, this was Gemini's contribution. I provide the levels, We're not changing any of the math or code or anything. This is all Jats PT. And now it's just renamed probability targets. The same fundamental underlying code I've had from day one. None of that has ever evolved. I want you to know that. I have taken my core and I've elevated it. I've extended it to these different products. I've added the VIX. I've, extended it to the high low range instead of the open and close. And I've done these other magical things with it, but it's all open, close, high, low off of the time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. All right. So same time frame, same structure, and here is your mean distance gap extended out one time, 1.5 times. I think this is going to be the cost, this right here alone is worth the tea in China, right? I love it. This is just fantastic. Gemini did great. All right. So here's your query reports. You can type slash report. We'll get you that fuller daily structure analysis. You can do levels slash levels, summarize the nearest margins and rails slash risk. Very important. Evaluate your edge quality and execution safety slash strategy. You can draft a Ninja Trader strategy from the current telemetry. So you can do strategy on how to trade this current volatility environment you're in. If you want to change to, NQ or um, gold or anything, you can do slash switch and then oops, spell it right. Type whatever you want to change it to like that and hit enter, and it will roll it over to the next instrument, and slash clear to clear the console history. It's going to ask you for your API key that comes in here at query and reports at the end. Put that in there and it will put that into a config JSON on your computer, and then you don't ever have to come back to that again. All right, but there's only one user setting, and that's to put your API key in. You can put whatever API a dollar amount you want to control your budget, um, or you can choose the engine model. But I used 3.1 Pro preview, um, not 3.5 flash, because 3.5 flash misses too much. I've decided to, sacrifice speed for comprehensive analytics, and 3.1 Pro preview is much better. Next month, we're going to get 3.5 Pro. Everybody's waiting for it. So 3.5 Pro API is going to be coming out, and I will upgrade. So we will have to reinstall the terminal one more time, but that's nothing. You just uninstall it or unzip it and hit the application exe application file, and then right click it once it's open and save it to your taskbar, so you can you know right click it and save it pinned to taskbar, and that way when you come in the next day you just click your little icon. And I'm sorry, one day I will have a whole team of people helping me, and we'll have such fancy icons and user manuals and the blah 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 and the videos and all that. I'm just one person, and I've been pushing out the products, and I'll get better with the housekeeping now. Now I'll do all the administrative and housekeeping at this point going forward because it's all built. I have finished. And you can create your own reports in the morning. So now you can come over here and you can type whatever you would like to ask it. Right here, let's just do levels here. I don't think it matters, but the levels risk strategy, and it will process it and then give you a report. Now it's thinking, so don't touch anything or do anything. Again, this isn't 3.5 flash. I deliberately chose the Pro model, which actually goes through the telemetry, analyzes it before spitting out a report. 3.5 would just go in there, glance at something, type a bunch of stuff, and there's more prone to error. There's no hallucination. It is not allowed to create things. It's not allowed to create numbers or make assumptions. There are very specific rules you will see in this, and governance to make it zero hallucination. It's only allowed to see Jats PT levels and then analyze that. So now, with the same rules that I had been using to generate your reports baked in, you can come and pull a report anytime you want to see it. And there's different ways to get reports. This was the levels risk strategy way, trader's playbook. See, we switched to break possibility elevated, upside continuation. The path switched, and now we're in an active trend capable mode. So just look at your dashboard and look at the report. There is a scenario for mean reversion and a pathway for that. You get your data tables telling you where the support rails, standard deviation supports are, the anchors, volatility envelopes, and churn, DMP, friction, VER, my volatility utilization rate, how much volatility is being utilized, what is left available. And you can see here that we have only used 38% of the allocation. That means room to run, right? If you're at 38%, you know, you've got 62% left to go, right? 40, yes. So, proxy structure, Jats proxy call wall. These are my implied volatility levels. They're not option gex, but I can get gamma. There's real gamma, and then there's fake gamma. Fake gamma is what the dealers use with options, right? It's a derivative of what? It's a derivative of volatility. We have the real thing. So I have the real gamma, and I learned how to articulate it and express it and capture the code for it. So we have the real gamma, right? So when you take the spread of the real gamma with your implied gamma, that's where you can find those dealer spreads. So you absolutely want to keep quick options and quick strike available so that when you get the real volatility level, you can log in and get your right there 17. And I even was saying that this morning. So we're right between 18 and 17. And for the 1 day today, you can see that pinned at 18. I can't even see anymore. My eyes are so bad. Yeah, 18. All right. But definitely come over here and have your you have to check SPY. If you have quick strike like I do, you'll need to check quick strike for the ES, but you could check SPY or SPX on quick options. But look at your implied volatility, your fake volatility, and put it with your real volatility, and there you get your magic. You get your spreads. All right, I think I've said that 15 times. So here's your RTH session analysis, cross asset considerations, higher time frame, trader playbook, data tables. I think you could in adjacent. So if you wanted to copy and paste that into a strategy, there you go. And if you type just slash report, it's going to look a little different. It's going to be much broader, more comprehensive. It's supposed to be anyway. I sort of put the elements of report into that by separating them, levels, risk, strategy separately. But here you can see that you can just type report and get a pretty good summary analysis of the market and instrument that you're working on. You can do this for all instruments, and again, just do the little switch slash switch change, to space CL or there we go. So here is our report, and it's a little bit fuller. So I hope you like it a lot. I'm just thrilled that we can click through here now, and I think that we can even, improve on this and take it even further. And so I'd love to hear your comments and what you think would be possible and what you would like to see for future iteration. Um, you can, use your mouse to control, you know, the width, bigger or smaller, so you can see it. And you can move this to a bigger screen. I'm on my little laptop, so I've got a little tiny monitor that this is on. It'll actually lay out better on your normal bigger screen. So, so that's it. The other chart I wanted to show you real quick, if you want to stick around. Oh my gosh, look at this. Um, Up to the daily three. Oh my gosh, did they end the war? Big candle. All right, so we got the breakout. 74.94. What? 74.90. So you can check your, oh look, we're right at the weekly one. 74.93.50. So they're hitting that weekly resistance right there. 74.94. And I just want to come back to my quant engine real quick and verify that. Weekly 74.83. That is for H fall on the close. H fall on the open is need R ball. There it is, 74.93.50. I'm there. Look, 74.93 rather. It actually says 40, but I'm there. Look at that. This is right. This is matching. So the weekly tracks the chart right there. Ha 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 ha. And there you go. Weekly 1 R ball. So you've got it on your quant um, box and you've got it on your chart. So if you didn't even want to look at the charts anymore, you could just watch this, right? This is great. I know some people are going to really like this. And we could put stocks on this. Get me some stocks, right? Get me some data for stocks, Ninja Trader. I think as soon as the single stock options are released from the CME in futures, the single future stock options, Ninja Trader will start adding, giving us some tickers. Right now we just have futures. I can do a stock chart, but it's after hours. All right. So that's about it. It's working. Hope you like it. Let me know. And there's a lot we can do with this going forward. So I'm Julie. This is Julie's Automated Trading Strategies. And it looks like I've just been automated. We can take this to the next level now and build our strategies. All right. Talk to y'all later. Thank you.